So you would be maintaining a table. It's very simple concept as such. It looks like an Excel table in BRF Plus. Out of this, there would be some few columns. You can say that these few columns are the decisions. And these few columns are the inputs. So based on these inputs, these decisions need to be made. So these columns can be your purchase org, purchase group, company code, okay, and let's say country. And at decision, you would be having your output type and when output need to be generated with the batch job or with the batch job or with immediate. Okay, so with this combination, you business would be entering the data here. Business would be entering the data here, and based on these combinations, your output types will get determined. So this is kind of a simple. When they will see it, they would be able to see, visualize in front of them, there is a table. And based on this table, with this combination, this would be the output which would be generated, right? Now here also, in condition records, you need to maintain each and individual record, right? Here you can say that my purchase organization starts with SG. So all of my purchase organization is covered. I need not to maintain the multiple lines. Purchase organization start with SG. My purchase group, I put it blank. All purchase group need to be selected. Okay. Company code other than 1710. So I can maintain the values here, direct values, or I can also maintain this kind of simple logics here. Starts with, ends with, contains. So by doing this, you will not believe that if you need to create 1,000 number of condition records, the 1,000 number of condition records can be converted if you use this intelligence into the 100 line items here. Okay. So here you can say that purchase organization does not have SG, and I'm writing it simple. There can be a if condition also can be written here inside the box. Does not have SG other than 10. Company code starts with SG, country India. This should be the output type. Okay, and the beauty here is you will see that in the classic output management, we need to create multiple different kind of output types. New forms came, new kind of countries came. Every time we create a new output types, and the new output types determination need to be done. Here you will be seeing that with the single output type, your output type was purchase order. With single output type is not that important here. Output type is very important in the classic output management, but in new output management, output type would not be that important. With the single output type purchase order, you would be able to determine multiple things because there would be the multiple decision table. So this is the first decision table where you are deciding it that this output type should be my purchase order. So once the purchase order has been identified, then this can be an input for the next decision table. If this is my purchase order, this is my output type purchase order. And if my country is IN, then my form, which I need to select is Z1101. This form I need to select it. Then based on this output type and based on the multiple parameters combination, I would be able to select my form. I would be able to select my channel. whether it's an email or whether it's a PDF, I would be able to select my to whom I need to send it, which partner function I need to send it. That I would be able to select it. So multiple things we would be able to select into the multiple decision tables with the same output types. So we would be having for different objects, we'll be having a different decision tables, generally 5 to 6 decision tables you will be having. The output type decision tables are generally the most simplified one. There basically your everything, your condition records, you create multiple condition records to define the different kind of output types, right? Here it is opposite. Here your output type would be simpler, maybe 1, 2, 3 output types you would be having. And the other decision tables with the combination of output types and with the different parameters, you would be able to determine the other things. Okay, you would be able to determine the other things. So that is the decision tables which has been given. So these decision tables need to be maintained, and even you can also add columns here. If you say that you want to add column here, you would be able to add additional column. You would be able to add the additional columns also here. Okay. Output, if you want to add the addition columns, that also you would be able to add it. But this all has been written in the technology, SAP's technology or SAP product called BRF Plus. Business Rule Framework. So Business Rule Framework was a product designed by SAP where basically business should be able to create their business rules and business logics. They would be able to define it very easily with the help of a decision tables. Okay, so that was a product was their BRF Plus. So the same product has been used. It is also used a lot for the workflows. It also have a workflow capabilities. It is used a lot into the workflows. If you're using MDG, you will see a lot of usage of BRF Plus. Now it is embedded. So the same technology, same product, they have used it to deliver the new output management as of now. But SAP is saying that they might be changing the technology at the back end later on. But as of now, the new output management is supported through the BRF Plus, where we need to create a decision tables. Okay, which would be the simplified and intelligent way of your condition records maintenance with the minimum configurations. So you will see the configuration would be highly reduced here. The most things will depend on the decision tables.